It is 6:44 now. We're here with KHOU mental health expert and licensed professional counselor Bill Prasad to talk about the toll that some of these headlines related to the coronavirus are taking. And adults are anxious, but one of the things I think parents are really interested in is how do you talk to your kids about this without stressing them out?
With the little children, make sure you keep them on a routine. Make sure dinner is at the same time. Make sure bedtime is at the same time. Also, be truthful with them and explain what they can do to prevent infection. With a child, you can play a game. Recite the ABCs or sing the ABCs while you wash your hands. It also is a great way of measuring how much time you need to wash those hands in order to keep them clean.
Adults need those reminders
Yes.
as well. So we talked about this a little before we came on air about teenagers, because the approach is a little different. I have a 14-year-old who sobbed for 40 minutes yesterday when she found out school was canceled. She wasn't going to get to go to her band festival. So how do you have those conversations?
Well, keep in mind, as with your 14-year-old, that teenagers don't have perspective. They're going to think of, how does this affect me and my activities and my friends? Be truthful once again with the teenager and try to suck the air out of any sense of helplessness the teen might have by giving them things to do. Once again, reinforce that they have to wash their hands, reinforce that if anyone sneezes around them and the mouth isn't closed, those droplets can travel as far as 6 feet. So keep those in mind as you talk to your teenager and revisit the issue every few days or maybe every day, because they're watching current events. They're on social media. And so you want to understand what they are hearing just in case what they're hearing is incorrect.
Good to know. What about panic buying? We're seeing so much of this. I went to the grocery store last night. Shelves are empty. What's behind this?
My wife went to the grocery store last night also. I think she came back with ice cream and a can of potatoes. And that's
about
it.
all that's
Yeah,
left.
exactly. So anytime you have fear driving consumer behavior, sometimes fear drives a person to buy, sometimes it drives them to sell. Buying in the grocery stores, selling on Wall Street. Also, there are copycat situations where you see on television, or you walk into a grocery store, you see someone stocking up on toilet paper. Your first response is, let me get a bunch of that also. Also, people are looking for ways to reduce their anxiety by taking action. And with some individuals, if you say, wash your hands, their response might be, that's not enough, I have to do more, thus the panic buying.
Yeah, you definitely want to feel like you're making an effort even
Yes.
when you don't realize that could be hurting yourself and other people in the process. Really quickly, one last question about the stock market. Kind of being a mess. People are feeling a lot of anxiety about their retirement. What should they be going through, or what thought process?
The people who are feeling the most anxiety are those who plan to retire sometime in the next 6 to 12 months. That's understandable. Stock market does change, and most brokers would say reduce that anxiety and just sit, because you are 5 to 10 years away from retirement or longer. The reaction to anxiety a lot of times is, I have to do something now. But in many cases, doing nothing might be helpful.
Sit tight. All right, that's going to do it for me and our mental health expert, Bill Prasad. But we are going to jump on Facebook Live after this, answer more of your questions. But in the meantime, there's one other question we're seeing. I'm going to hand that one over to Steph Simmons.